Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube class 11 Accountancy. As I am continuing the rectification chapters, rectification of errors chapter, today we are going to discuss about the rectification process. So when there is a errors in the accounting records, it is obviously to need to rectify those errors. If you don't rectify, then accounting is meaningless. Why it is meaningless? Because it does not show you the correct profit or the results of the business. It does not show the correct and true fair view of the financial positions. It does not show the correct records which are to be used for your reference for your business decisions, management decisions, as well as payment of tax, fulfill the different rules and regulations. So it is a need, it is necessary to rectify the accounting errors. The procedure followed to rectify the accounting errors happened in the recording or posting process is called rectification of errors. That rectification is nothing but the correction. When there is a mistake, we need rectify. We need correct it. Why we will correct it? Because there is three purposes. First purpose is to show the correct records, correct evidence. That is the 100% accuracy is there. Then second is to determine the correct profit or loss of the business results. That's to show the correct results of the business positions. Then third purpose is to show the correct and true fair view of the financial position of the business at the end of the accounting year. If there is a mistake, it does not show the correct financial positions. True and fair view will not be there. So to ensure the true and correct fair view, we need the rectification of errors. So these are the three purposes. That's why we need rectification of errors. So how will rectify? When you know it. So when your trial balance is mismatched, that is the first identification. There is a certain mistake. Sometimes your trial balance does not mismatch, but still there is a certain errors. You have to look at it. Then you have to go for the rectifications. So for rectification purpose, the errors, you can see this chart. So that for rectification purpose, the errors is divided into two types. One-sided errors, two-sided errors. Yesterday we had discussed about the types of errors, classification errors, the nature of errors. So today we are discussing the errors classified on the basis of rectification. When we are going to rectify the errors, then what type of errors are there? So it is classified into two types. That is one-sided errors. If one-sided means only one side of the account. One account or one side of the account. That is one-sided errors. And this is two-sided errors, both the accounts is missing, wrong. What are those two-sided errors? Let's see. Two-sided errors certainly does not affect your agreement of trial balance. Your trial balance does not mismatch. Your trial balance is agreed. But there is a certain errors. These are two-sided errors. The first two-sided errors is errors of omission. There is a complete omission. If, for example, purchase of goods, Rupees 1000 from Ramesh on credit, completely omitted to record in the books of original entry or in the subsidiary books, completely omitted. It does not affect your agreement of trial balance, but there is a mistake, there is errors. So there is a errors of omission, complete omission. Second, errors of principles, violating the principles, purchase of goods treated as purchase of furniture. That means expenses, revenue expenses treated as capital expenditures, or purchase of furniture is treated as Sale of furniture treated as sale of goods. That means capital revenue is treated as revenue, normal revenues. So that is a errors of principles is there, but does not affect your trial runs. So it need, this is a two-sided errors. Both the account is missed. Then compensating errors. In one transactions, debit is excess by 200. In other transaction, debit is shortage by 200. It is compensated, but errors is there, mistake is there in the accounts. For example, purchase of goods on credit from Ramesh 200, from Rakesh 300. But when it is recorded, purchase of goods recorded from Rakesh 200 and Ramesh 300. So there is a mistake. This is compensating errors. Then errors of commission. So committing mistake, these are the three type of errors which does not affect your agreement of trial rules, but errors is there. So there is first one is your posting in the wrong account. Correct amount, correct side, but wrong account. Purchase goods from Ram recorded in the, posted in the Ramesh. Instead of Ram, we have posted in the Ramesh. So there is the amount is correct, side is correct, but wrong account. It does not affect your trial rules, but errors is there. Then wrong in subsidiary book. Purchase of goods entered in the sales book. That means that is wrong in the subsidiary book. So this is does not affect your trial rules agreement, but errors is there, mistake is there. So recording wrong in the original entry means in the journal book. Sale of goods 1000 recorded as 100. So that is the recording wrong in the original entry. Wages paid 500 recorded as 5000. This is the wrong in the recording in the original entry, journal book. So these are the errors which are two-sided errors. Both the side is wrong, mistake, but it does not affect your agreement of trial rules. This is to be rectified. For rectification of purpose, this errors is called two-sided errors. So how we rectified it? This is the rectification procedures. First, write the wrong entry, then write the correct entry, then do the rectifying entries. For example, purchase of goods rupees 1000 from Ramesh recorded as purchase of goods from Rakesh 1000. So wrong entry is purchase of goods from Ramesh recorded as from Rakesh. So wrong entry is purchases account debited to Rakesh account 1000. That means we had purchased goods from Ramesh but recorded as Rakesh. So Rakesh credited. Correct entry, purchases account debited to Ramesh account. This is the correct entries. Then do the rectifying entry. How will do rectifying entries? That means see the wrong entry and see the correct entries. In the wrong entry, purchase account is debited. In the wrong entry, correct entry, purchase account also debited. So this is correct. Wrong is Rakesh account and instead of Ramesh account. That means Rakesh account is wrongly credited instead of Ramesh account. So Rakesh account, the account which is to be credited in the wrong entry, make it debited. So it will be cancelled. So rectifying entry is Rakesh account debited to Ramesh account. So this is rectified. That means the entry which is wrong in the debit, make it credit, so it will be cancelled, and the entry which is to be correct, make it debit or make it credit. So try to make the cancellation of wrong entry first. If purchase is wrong, make it credit, it will be cancelled. If Rakesh is wrong, make it debit, it will be cancelled. So do the correct entry, other one. So choose the correct, first do the correct wrong entry, then do the correct entry, then do the rectifying entry. Rectifying entry will be automatically find out from the both the entries. So this is the procedure for rectification of two-sided errors. All the two-sided errors which you had found in the errors of omission, if it is complete omission, make the rectifying entry, only record it. Omitted, record it, rectify. Errors of principles, capital expenditures has been treated as revenue expenditure, purchase of furniture is treated as purchase of goods. So, purchases account debited, furniture account debited to purchases account, that is rectified. That means, if purchase of goods is treated as purchase of furniture, wrong entry is purchase account, wrong entry is furniture account debited to cash or bank account or creditors account. Correct entry is purchases account debited to cash or bank account or creditors account. So, wrong is in the furniture. Furniture account will be credited, purchase account will be debited. So, that is the errors of principle is to be rectified. Then, compensating errors. Find the entry which is done mistake in the one, that is one. In debit is excess by 100, another entry debit is shortage by 100, which is excess. Make it credit, which is shortage, make it debit. So that is rectified compensating errors. Then errors of commission, posting in wrong account. That means purchase of goods from Rakesh entered in the purchase of goods from Ramesh entered in the Rakesh account, posted to Rakesh account. So Rakesh account will be debited, Ramesh account will be credited. This is rectified. Then wrong in subsidiary book. Purchase of goods rupees 1000 entered in the sales book, sales day book, treated as sales. So wrong entry is debtors account debited to sales account. Correct entry is purchase account debited to creditors account. So make it correct. Rectifying entries, purchase account debited, sales account debited because sales is to be cancelled, sales account debited. So to personal account, individual persons, debtors or the creditors account. So that person concerned account. So it will be rectified. Then recording wrong in the original entries. In the journal, if it is wrongly recorded, make it rectified like this. If it is wrong entry is this, make it correct entry, then do it rectifying entries. So this is very easy to rectify. Just go through the mistake. What are the types of mistake is there? Then make it do correct entry. What is wrong entry? Then do it rectifying it. It is easily rectified. Then let's come to the one-sided errors. If it is a one-sided errors, it is very difficult. So one-sided errors always affect your agreement of your trial balance. The one-sided errors does not, if one-sided errors is there, your trial balance does not agree. It will always mismatch. So make the rectifications. What are the one-sided errors? These are the lists which are given. One-sided errors happen. So to be rectified. So first is your errors of omission. It means partial omission, partly omitted. Purchase of goods from Rakesh, not credited to Rakesh account, not posted to Rakesh account. That is a partial omission. Then errors of commissions. These are the list of the errors of commissions which are to be called as one-sided errors. First one, posting correct side, correct account but wrong amount. That means purchase of goods from Rakesh 1000, posted as 100. So that is the one-sided errors. Posting in wrong side. Purchase of goods from Rakesh has been debited. Instead of credited, it has been debited. So that is the wrong side. Then omitting to show the ledger account. Wages account balance found out to 200. It has been omitted to record to show. Posting wrong amount in one account. That means purchase of goods from Rakesh 1000 recorded as 100. So that is the only one account is wrong. So then wrong totaling in subsidiary book. The total sales book has been wrongly total 10,000 instead of 9,000. Excess 1,000. So that is the wrong totaling of subsidiary book. Then wrong balancing in ledger account. That means in the ledger account there is a wrong balance. So in the total cash account or the sales account, the total ledger account balance has been wrong totaled by 500. That means excess by 500 or excess by 1000. So that is a wrong totaling. Omitting posting to totals of subsidiary book into the ledger account. That means subsidiary book total purchase, suppose a purchase account total should be debited to purchase account, but it has been omitted to records in the purchase account, ledger account. Then putting the ledger account balance in the wrong column of trial runs. Purchase account should be entered in the debit column of the trial runs, but it is wrongly entered in the credit column. So that will be one-sided errors. So if these are the one-sided errors, then how it will be rectified? So when there is a two-sided errors, you have done the accounting entries, wrong entry, then correct entry, then rectifying entries. But if it is a one-sided errors, then it is to be rectified with the help of suspense account. This is a new account. Suspense account. You have to create the suspense account for the rectification of one-sided errors. This is the procedure to create a suspense account, because it is a one side, only one account is affected, then other account you use suspense account. What is suspense account? Suspense is a baseless account. It is a baseless account. It does not have any principles. Neither real account principles, nor personal account principles, nor the nominal account principles will be applied. Neither it is an asset, nor it is a liabilities, nor it is a capital, nor it is a expenses or revenues, nor it is a losses. So it is a baseless account. It is a baseless account. So when it is a baseless account, you need rectifications by debiting or by crediting as and when it requires for rectification. So to rectify this type of errors, mainly the errors of commission, only partial commission is there. Otherwise, all are errors of omission. No compensating error, no principles error you will find in the one-sided errors. So, if it is found one-sided errors, then certainly it can be rectified with the help of your suspense account. It is a baseless account. No principle is to be followed. It can be debited, it can be credited whenever it requires. If, for example, you have purchased goods from rupees 1,000 from Rakesh. Omitted to posted in Rakesh account. So there is a one-sided errors. Omitted to posted in the Rakesh account. So Rakesh account has not been posted. That means Rakesh account should be credited. So other account is debited purchase. That is your suspense account. So rectification entry, rectifying entry is suspense account debited to Rakesh account. So that is the rectification. That means Rakesh account has not been posted, it has been credited. So suspense account is debited. Now Rakesh account credited by suspense account, it will be posted. So this is the rectification of one-sided errors. Likewise, purchase book has been undercast by 100. Purchase book, subsidiary book, it has been undercast. It means shortage of total. Total is shortage by 100. So correct. Suppose the correct total is 10,000. It has been come 9,900 instead of 10,000. So it is 100 is less total. So purchase book undercast by 100 means purchase account debited to suspense account. So that is the use of suspense account for rectification. So sales book overcast by 100. Sales book has been over total by 100, excess total. So sales account normally credited. So sales account make a debit, suspense account credit. So that is rectified. This is very easy to rectify. If you understand the type, the nature of errors, go through it deep, understand that what is that errors happen, where it is happen, then use the rectification procedures. So this suspense account will be used only when your trial balance is prepared but final account is not prepared. Before preparing final account, you can use the suspense account for your rectification purpose. If you are rectifying in the journal entries, in the original entry or in the journal book, then write there by corrections. If you are rectifying in the ledger account, so Rakesh account is not posted, then write in the Rakesh account by omission of the purchases account posted. So that is the way of posting. But if it is prepared, trial balance is prepared but mismatch is there, you have found out the one-sided errors, then use the suspense account for rectification purpose. So this is about one-sided errors rectification with the help of suspense account. Two-sided errors will be rectified by passing the journal entries. First do it the wrong entry, then make the correct entry. What should be the correct entry? Then do the rectifying entries. In the wrong entry, if it is debited, make it credit, it will be rectified. In the wrong entry, if it is credited, make it debit, it will be rectified. So this is the way of rectification. Hope you had understood the class, enjoy the class and go through your book, do the exercise, sample exercise, you will be more clear. Your doubts will be more clear. Thank you.